Welcome to Linda's Corner. My name is Linda Bjork, and today I'm delighted to welcome special guest, Chancellor Jackson. Chancellor is a high school teacher, football coach, and the author of the Amazon #1 bestseller, 14 Days in Beijing, about his experience being arrested and detained in a Chinese prison. You can reach Chance at his website, and I'll include a link in the description. Welcome, Chance. I'm so glad that you could join with me today.
Hey, balance and blessings, balance and blessings. I appreciate you for having me.
Oh, I'm so glad to be able to connect with you. And I love your nickname, Lucky Chance. I think that is absolutely delightful. But your story wasn't your luckiest experience that you've ever had. So I am so curious, how does a football player, college football player doing your thing end up in China? What were you doing in China?
So after I graduated from college in 2018 with a bachelor's degree in communication and media studies, I landed my first job, ironically, teaching English to children in
Awesome.
China. Yeah, I was teaching children as young as 3 years old all the way up to 14. It was a
Fantastic.
it was an experience for sure. It was dope though. You know what I'm saying? All in all. And the story is pretty much about my last 14 days in China. I was in China for a total of 6 months. I was supposed to do a year, but I just got cut halfway through because I got arrested.
Okay, we got to hear that story. Why? Why did you get arrested? What happened?
So literally this is the very first chapter of the book. Everything, like you start reading, it gets straight to the action. So I'm finna get ready to go to an event. Like the company that I work for, they host team builder events every month or so. So and the team builder event was, Chinese fans. We were supposed to decorate our own. So that's what I was going to go decorate my own fan. And Nipsey Hussle is a rapper from South Central Los Angeles, California. He had just passed, so I was going to designate my fan to him. So of course, you know what I'm saying, before I go to the event, I want to pregame. You know what I'm saying? I want to get a little buzz going before I even show up. So I'm just in my apartment sipping a wine cooler and smoking some cannabis out of my little pipe. And I'm getting ready to. I'm finished. I'm gonna get ready to go. I'm making sure I got everything here. Knock at the door. Look through the peephole. It's three officers from the Beijing police on the other
Oh,
side.
whoops.
But it wasn't the first time that they shown up to our apartment. Like they do random checks on foreigners all the time, just to check your visa, all your paperwork. Just make sure you're not there illegally. That's really, you know what I'm saying. Make sure that you are who you say you are. That's pretty much their little regimen. And it didn't happen to me earlier that year. It happened to me earlier that year, and it happened to coworkers of mine as well. So that's the impression I'm under. I'm thinking, okay, they clearly do this quite often. So that's, you know what I'm saying. That's all I'm thinking. But nah, that wasn't the case. It
Uh-oh.
wasn't the case at all. So, um, long story short, ended up drug testing me right there on the spot. Of course, I failed the drug test because I just got done, you know what I'm saying, smoking before they knocked on the door. So, failed the drug test. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to get whatever information they can out of me. Of course, I'm just lying. I'm panicking and I'm high as hell on top of that. So I'm not really giving them any information that they could work with. So once they realize that, it's like, okay, come on. You know what I'm saying? Just then that's when they arrested me right there.
Hmm, scary. So where did they take you and what was that like?
um, it took me to the first precinct, which is the one. It wasn't even that far from my apartment, so it's like a 5 minute ride for real. And I was only there for like a little bit, just a little bit, and then got me up and got me back in the van. So I'm like, okay, where we going now? End up at another precinct. Um, this one's a lot bigger, of course. That's when they have me change clothes and place me in the holding cell and conduct my interrogation. Of course, process all my identity into the system. And then after about 14 hours of being in that second precinct, I ended up at the actual jail.
Wow. And what was
Yeah.
the language? Were people speaking to you in Chinese? Do you speak
Uh,
Chinese?
I learned just enough to move and groove. you know what I'm saying, just to maneuver. As far as how we seen holding an in-depth conversation, nah, I wasn't on that. I wasn't fluent in the language, not even close, but I knew just enough to get what I needed and, you know what I'm saying, get by for sure. But with that being said, nah, communication was non-existent. Um, and I, my culture, we don't talk to the police at all. So I'm not finna, I ain't got nothing to say. I mean, I caught red-handed, so I ain't got nothing to say at this point. And if y'all ain't got nothing to say to me, then it's gonna be silent. So I'm just riding around following orders, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing what's gonna happen, what I'm being led to, but I got faith that I know for a fact I'm gonna be all right. I just don't know what's about to happen. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going with the flow, honestly. You know what I'm saying? And playing college football in general, just that discipline aspect. You know what I'm saying? Coach say line that. All right, we finna run these gases after practice. We finna run these sprints after practice because we need to. Ain't no, dang, coach, why we gotta run and da 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 da. I don't feel. You know, it's not. It's not. It's none of that.
You
Coach say
just
line
go.
down. Coach say line down, line down. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
just just having, you know what I'm saying, having that installed in me from playing this sport, that wasn't nothing that I wasn't unfamiliar with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going with the flow. You
Okay.
say jump, I say how high. You know what I'm saying? The last thing I need to be doing is being belligerent and rebelling, and that's not gonna make it any better. So
No,
let's try.
no, that wouldn't have helped at all.
Let's try being compliant. That might play out in my favor. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was that process right there. And this is all the very first chapter.
All in the first chapter.
This is all the very first chapter.
So once they got you to where you were gonna stay,
Mhm.
what was that like? And
Okay, so now we're entering the second chapter. So by the time we got done at the first that second precinct, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, one something in the morning. They throw me back in the van. They had me get back dressed and everything. I got my regular clothes back on, so I'm like, I have no clue what's gonna happen to me. And that's when we just riding. I'm like, man, I know the ride isn't that far from where I stay. So I'm like, we've been riding for a little minute now. I don't feel like we getting closer to where, you know what I'm saying, my apartment is. And lo and behold, you know what I'm saying, we approached this building that was bordered by tall walls with barbed wire. I'm like, oh, okay. I see what's going on. I see what's going on. So the very first thing, we went to the infirmary, of course. Nurse running tests and all of this, that, and the other paperwork. And then after that, um, had me change clothes again, put on my uniform jacket, which is a yellow, and the top half of the jacket is yellow, bottom half is blue. It has red Chinese characters on your left chest, the red Chinese characters going across the back. Blue pants to match the jacket, and blue sandals. And they told me to grab one plastic bowl, like Tupperware bowl, and one plastic spoon. And with my one bowl and one spoon, they took me to cell 209. I think it was the first cell I was in. And as he's opening the CEO is opening the door, I'm just looking at the cell. And it's like a big rectangle. You know what I'm saying? It ain't it's big, but it ain't like we got ample room in here. Nah, it's a big rectangle. That's just how it's shaped. It's about 15 people. It is 15 people in each cell. 9 wooden beds. This is the
9 beds, but 15 people.
So
So
yeah, imagine, yeah, think back to back in the day when you had a sleepover or you played travel ball or something, you know what I'm saying? It's a limited amount of space to sleep. So you know what I'm saying? All your cousins, all your family members, whoever, friends, y'all all huddled, or slumber party. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all huddled up on the, so imagine that with grown men, but complete strangers. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So who chooses who gets a bed and who sleeps on the floor?
Oh, we squeezing. We make room. Like I said, like a slumber party, you gonna make room for sure. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. So you
yeah,
make room. Oh,
yeah,
okay. Okay.
yeah. You make room. So
Wow.
you can imagine. Yeah, you can imagine. This is what as he opened the door. This is all I'm seeing. I'm just like, I'm just like, oh man, this is crazy. The bathroom is in the cell. It's his own room, but the walls are made of glass, so you can see straight into. You can see straight through it. It's the sink. The toilet was a squat toilet, like hole you got to squat over. And the shower was pretty much a water hose with a shower head tied to it. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, and so you in this cell with 14 other men for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Wow. And you
Mhm.
said you were feeling like everything was going to be okay. You knew everything was going to be okay.
I
So
knew I was gonna be
now
good.
are you still feeling like everything is going to be okay or?
I still like I know I'm going at the end of the day, I'm going to when it's all said and done, once I'm out of this predicament, I'm going to be fine. How will everything play out? I have no clue. I have no clue, but hey, I'm in here, so it's just like you know what I'm saying. Initially, I'm just reflecting. Honestly, I'm doing a lot of reflecting on decision making and everything that took place leading up to the arrest, and you know what I'm saying, me being here. So it's just like I'm just holding myself accountable. I'm at war with my reflections, and you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I definitely just got to take this on the chin because it's like, okay, you made a decision. This is the repercussions from that decision. So you're gonna have to take it, you're gonna have to deal with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? A man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just holding, I'm just holding myself accountable. So um yeah, so I'm in the cell with 14 other Chinese inmates, none of which I can't talk to. It's the communication is
So
with
everyone else were Chinese nationals then? They all
yeah,
spoke Chinese.
the first cell I was in. Yes, the first cell I was in.
The first one. Okay.
I'm the only foreigner, only English speaker in there. So, and of course, they trying to communicate. They want to talk to me, and I'm interested in knowing their stories as well. But that language barrier was like that was really it. So it's like, oh man, I can't talk to y'all even if I wanted to. There was only one person in that first cell that I was able to connect with and communicate with, even though he couldn't speak a lick of English and I could barely speak a lick of Mandarin. We
Oh,
were just able,
interesting.
exactly. It was definitely a spiritual connection. We was able to communicate just through body gestures, miming, and you know what I'm saying, just acting things out. And I learned so much about my boy. Like he's like 2, 3 years older than me. He has 2 kids. He's married. You know what I'm saying? I know what this man do for a living. He was telling me what he couldn't wait to do when he, you know what I'm saying, when he got released and stuff. It was like just being able to learn all of this stuff about somebody, and I can't even verbally communicate with them. You know what I'm
That's
saying? So
interesting.
yeah, definitely, definitely. He ended up being my representative, and you know what I'm saying. He ended up calling me his like you know what I'm saying. I'm your Chinese brother. You know what I'm saying for sure. While we was in
That's
the
fun.
cell, so yeah.
How
So
long were you in that spot? You said you were only in
I
there
was in
for
that cell for 3 days.
three
On the
days.
fourth day, yep. On the fourth day, I was moved to another cell. Really, I was moved 2 cells down, and um that cell had 2 English speakers in it. One of them was a Chinese American from California, and the other one was a Brazilian from Brazil. So
Interesting. And he spoke
that's
English
when,
as well?
yes, both of them was bilingual. Like they could speak English and they could speak Mandarin. Both of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
That's
it
awesome.
was everything came full circle. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like okay, now all the questions that I was having in the first 3 chapters now I can get answers for it somewhat. You know what I'm saying? Now I can start piecing things together about how this process works, how's this, you know what I'm saying, what's gonna happen to me more than likely, like how this is gonna play out. That's when this story just it just takes a turn and then we learn about the backgrounds of all these other, you know what I'm saying? I'm also in there with a Russian dude, you know what I'm saying? But the Russian dude don't speak English at all. He can speak Mandarin, but he can't speak English. So it's like but just having 2 people that can speak both languages, that was oh
Very
man, that
helpful.
was man. So it's like we just connecting a lot of dots. Now a lot of dots is getting connected now at this point of the story. And then you know what I'm saying,
Very
learning the
helpful.
backgrounds of those individuals and what they process was like, how they ended up there, and you just learn. It's like man, it's crazy. It's crazy like what people were arrested for and like being detained for. Um, and they just all interest. They just have interesting stories in general, because it's like how many people we know in America, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, wherever you may be at, that is from China, or you know what I'm saying, doesn't live is in China. You know what I'm saying? It's not a something you hear. So the fact that we all here in this country, but we all met in a jail cell, like it's like, man, it's like, bro, what is your story, bro? Like, what is your background? And you know what I'm saying, and you just learn more characters that's been locked up there even longer, and it's dope. It's a crazy story for sure.
That is crazy. So what did you learn from them? You said you got the dots connected. What did you learn from the people who could communicate with you? What did you learn about
Just
what
learning,
to expect? And
yeah, just learning how the process works, how this the incarceration process works. Because at this point, I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just here. I'm just here. So
right,
it's
for
like now
sure.
I'm learning. Yeah, now I'm learning how to jail, like the rules. I'm like, these folks ain't go over no rules with me. What is it like? Yeah, bro, they gotta they show you. They supposed to show you a video about all the rules, and I'm like, bro, these folks ain't tell me nothing. Like I'm just learning everything about how this whole system works. Like all in it, and it's really for the next what 2 3 days. Like I'm just learning. Like, oh, damn, bro, damn, what I didn't. Why we do this? So why we? So we can't. All right, so you know what I'm saying? Just learn how this process works. You know what I'm saying? It's okay.
Right,
We
right.
locked in this bed 24 hours a day. We're not leaving it unless we finna meet with embassy or the immigration dude. Aside that, you're not leaving this cell. So it's like we just in
Okay, so
here.
that's what you needed, is you needed to talk to someone from immigration or
But
someone
it,
to talk
yeah,
to.
really, the immigration dude, the embassy, they wasn't nothing them folks can do. They was like, I met with them. They like, are they treating you inhumanely? I'm like, no. Oh well, that's all we pretty much needed to know. Ain't nothing else we can do on our end. We just here for more support. You know what I'm saying? This is a communist country. It's nothing. So we just, you know what I'm saying? They gonna work all that out. Yo, so you good? Yeah, I'm good. All right, man. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much all they could do. So you know what I'm saying? Even then, so the MC that wasn't like that was gonna benefit you was gonna benefit from it at all. They can notify people for you, like your family members and stuff
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
So did they let your family know?
Oh,
And did you had
yeah,
a
they are.
girlfriend or something?
What you say?
You had a girlfriend, didn't you?
Yeah. I had a girlfriend at the time for of 2 years. But I had no contact with her the entire 14 days I was incarcerated.
Right.
Um, I was able to make contact with the outside world one day, and that's the seventh chapter. Halfway through, ironically, I was able to make contact with people, but it was all very, 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 very brief. Only person I got to really talk to in depth was my mama, because I needed to find somebody to pay for my plane ticket once it was time for me to be released. So of course I'm like, she definitely gonna be able to pay for it, and she's gonna be on board and attentive for whenever y'all reach out. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Right. So how did it get to that point? I mean, how did you get out? What you're describing, it sounds like it could have taken forever.
Mhm.
So the fact that
And
it
actually,
only took 14 days
oh
is,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's
that's why. Yeah, that's
incredible.
why that's exactly. So it's like, yeah, I got arrested in China. You know what I'm saying, for 14 days. It sounds crazy, but it's like you said, you read the story, you read everybody else's story within 14. You know what I'm saying, the novel, and you see how much time everybody. I did the shortest amount of time out of everybody. It's folks that did 30 days. I did the shortest, and I had no clue how long I was going to do. But everybody else did. Everybody else did. Everybody, they could tell you, oh yeah, I got sent to this amount of days. Got sent. Everybody knew what they processed, what they said. I was the only one that did it. But I ended up doing the shortest amount of time out of everybody.
So did someone just say, okay, today you're done, go home? Or
Yeah, essentially, like as you read. I have no clue. I'm just waking up and hoping. Today's the day. Today's the day. Today's the day. And as soon as I finally just like, man, I just damn near just threw in the towel. I was essentially like, bro, just stop getting your hopes up, bro. Just ride it out. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I was at that point, they called my name.
so did
They
they
called
just
my
take you to the airport and send you on
name.
your
Oh yeah.
way?
Mm-hmm. Yep. As soon as I got released, I was so I got released. Took me to the apartment to grab the rest of my stuff, and I was deported from the country.
Okay, so that was I guess the consequence or whatever was deportation. Is that correct? And then you weren't able
Well,
to finish that job?
yeah, you got to do your time, serve your time, and then once your time is served, yeah, you got to get on. You got to go.
Were there any further repercussions after you got to the United States, or it was just
Not at all. It's the folks. People wouldn't even know this story. This happened to me if I didn't share the story. They don't follow me nowhere. Like it's literally that was it.
interesting?
Very,
So can
very.
you travel to China again, or do they have you on
I,
a list that says you don't get to go?
I'm banned from China to 2024.
2024. Okay, so it's not that
Yeah.
long.
Well, this all happened in 2019. So yeah, now
5 years.
we still it was a 5-year ban. Yeah, but even then, like China isn't a place where you can just hey, let me go to China, buy a ticket, hop on the plane, and go. Nah, it don't work like that. Nah, it's a 3-month long process just to get a visa,
Hmm.
just to even visit, just to tour, and you gotta get a letter of recommendation. You gotta have a whole itinerary written out of what you're gonna do by the hour on the hour. Like it's depths to it, and like I said, it's 3 months long. So, and it ain't cheap. It ain't cheap at all. So, with that whole process, with that being said, it's like, I can wait my 5 years and apply to go back over there, and not even that's not even promising that I'm gonna get approval to even be able to visit. So I done spent X
Right.
amount of hundreds of dollars to go through the visa process just for these folks to say nah. And I'm already sure they type my name up in that system. The screen gonna start flashing red, sirens gonna start going off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh nah, you know what I'm saying?
That's
But
not
I
hard for you. Would you ever
right.
want to go back? I mean, if they did say
Oh,
yes,
without a doubt. Oh, yes, without a doubt. Just to bring everything full circle.
you would do it
Bring
to bring
everything,
it full
yeah.
circle and without being afraid of anything.
Fear is imaginary. I
Good for
went
you.
through. I suffered through. I went through the ultimate unknown.
You
They
you
don't know,
did. You really went through the
and
unknown.
I
So would you
persevered.
maybe leave the cannabis home this time or?
Oh yeah, it's quiet. Yeah, that's definitely dead. That's what. Oh boy, yeah, dead like Fred, definitely, without a doubt. And also, just really, man, man, do your research wherever you travel to. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you know the vibrations and the laws of their land. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we not from there, bro. What we can do here in America, it ain't the case. You know what I'm saying? Someplace else. So definitely, just what I'm saying, cross all your T's and dot all your I's for sure.
Okay. So a little more research maybe and making sure that you know what the laws are so you can follow
Yeah,
and all that sort of stuff.
on me, and
Well, I
definitely just
am
learn the culture, learn the language,
so
all of
glad that you were
that.
able to get out and that it wasn't worse. And I'm glad that they treated you humanely and that it wasn't this horrible. I mean, it was scary, it was the unknown, but it wasn't like a
Yeah,
horrible, horrible experience.
no, it wasn't nothing. Yeah, they wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't nothing. But it's like China's a safe place. Like China, like it's so strict. They're such uh, they're so disciplined as a people. Like it ain't gonna be like the stuff you hear in America go on here in America. Not even remotely close out there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of the safest places you can honestly be. The police don't even have guns. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's a different vibe for sure. It's a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? And
Interesting.
and that's what I'm saying. Prior to them last 14 days, China was amazing.
Hmm.
The whole previous 6 months, oh man, China was amazing. I was living my best life out there. Living my best life, no
Awesome.
cap. Like just in the food, the people, um, culture, and then just meeting other foreigners out there is what that's really what made it fun. It's like, okay, bro,
Good people.
you know what I'm saying? There ain't many of us here. So it's like when we do come across each other, it's just like, hey, buddy, you know what I'm saying? Like I know, you know what I'm saying? We tight, you know what I mean? Because we out here for sure, for sure. And just learning all, you know what I'm saying, everybody's backgrounds, where y'all come from, you know what I'm saying, what makes y'all who y'all are. And like man, it was just dope. It was dope. And then exploring China in addition to all of that.
Very cool.
What, man, sightseeing and going to the malls and um going to the gyms, everything. It really don't even matter. It can be the most simplest thing. It's an adventure within itself. Just because we're on the other side of the world, these people don't look like us. They don't speak our language. The products is everything is different. So it's like it's an adventure to have. Going to the bank. Can you imagine trying to go to the bank to make a deposit or like trying to do something where you got to sit there and talk to the teller, but you can't talk to the teller. You know what I'm saying? Just like everything is a challenge. Everything is a challenge. Like it's not gonna be just no walk in the park. Going to the grocery store.
No.
We had a blast every time we went. That was so much fun. Just 'cause, you know what I'm saying? Everything is so different, and man, the prices were so cheap. Man, the prices so cheap. We used to go crazy. It was fun going to the grocery store. Um, and then have to carry all the groceries back to the apartment. You know what I'm saying? That definitely was something different that you know what I'm saying, I wasn't used to at all. Here in the South in America, we drive, so go to the grocery store, you load your car up with the groceries, you know what I'm saying? You bring your groceries back to the house with your car, but it's like, there, nah. You got to carry all your groceries from the store all the way to the house.
Yeah.
All the way to the house. And this, you know what I'm saying, that can, depending on how far you live from your markets, that, you know what I'm saying, that walk can vary in length. But it wasn't nothing too crazy at the end of the day. Like it was a vibe going to the gym, being the only foreigner in this gym, you know what I'm saying? Like just all eyes on you everywhere you go, center of attention. But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing, you know what I'm saying? There's no malice or no animosity whatsoever. It's all harmonious and highly vibrational. So
Oh,
yeah, China was dope, man. I miss it, honestly.
right.
I miss it.
That's
Yeah, I do.
fantastic.
Yeah, I do. Last 14 days was ugly, but prior to that, the good outweighed the bad. So overall, China was dope.
Good to know. Good to know. I've been to Hong Kong, but I have not been to the mainland, and I understand that they're
Okay.
very different.
Very, 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 very. One of my the characters I was locked up with, he's been back and forth from Hong Kong since we've been out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so different. That's the only part of China he could really go to. You know what I'm saying? He can't even go to the rest, like you said, the mainland. So,
Mm-hmm.
but he's been back and forth from Hong Kong quite frequently. So I know for a fact I can go to Hong Kong if anything.
You can.
And I heard
Okay.
Hong Kong is dope. I've never been to Hong Kong, but I heard it's dope out there. I heard it's pretty cool.
It is. It's wonderful.
Yeah,
Oh, well, I'm glad that everything, that the good outweighed the bad, and that you had an experience and it gave you a story to tell. So it ended
actually.
up being a good thing. And you made some
Yeah.
new friends and connections and kind of an unusual way, but it worked out for you.
Without a doubt. That's just my spirit. I'm gonna always find the positive out of any situation.
I
No,
like that.
despite how negative it may be, you know what I'm saying? I'm going and you'll see it as you're reading, like, damn, he's so calm, he's so positive. Like most people wouldn't, aren't built like that, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's just I am naturally always been like that. So yeah, I'm always gonna look at the positives
Good.
always. You know what I'm
Always look
saying?
at the positive.
Because everything boils down to perspective and how you choose to look at it. It's really that simple. You want to look at it as negative and all of them, hey, for sure, that's your boat. You know what I'm saying? You can float it however you want. Me, I'm just like, why dwell on the negative? Learn from it for sure. Take it in consideration for sure. But make it the overall, you know what I'm saying?
Make it
Uh,
positive.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, thank you so much for visiting with me today. I really enjoyed hearing your story. And so I'm interested in checking out the book. That's great.
For sure, for sure. Definitely. Hey, y'all just Google me. Go to Google, type in 14 days in Beijing. I'll pop straight
It'll
up.
pop up.
I have a free version available on Amazon as well. And have a romance novel that I'm dropping this fall in addition.
Awesome. Good for
And
you.
it piggybacks up off of 14 days. So it's gonna be another great read. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, in closing, I'd like to share a quote from Winston Churchill. He said,
Mm.
"All the great things are simple and may be expressed in a single word: freedom, justice, honor, duty, mercy, hope." Today, I invite you to express gratitude for the simple and great things in your life. See you next time on Linda's Corner.